Welcome to LifeWords Day by Day, where we've been studying 1 Corinthians chapter 12, where Paul is explaining to the church at Corinth the unity that is to be had within the church. Whenever I do pre-marriage counseling, I usually share a few stories of what life was like early on in mine and Christy's marriage. Our first major fight was over whether or not I would go to a softball game that was scheduled for 10 p.m. on a Friday night, 2 hours away from home, where we had just returned home about 3 hours prior to the game from taking a group of teenagers to camp all week. I want to tell you that I stand before you today as a man who went and played in the softball game, but I lost the fight with my wife. I know that even before we were married, we had a long conversation over whether or not we would each have our own individual checking accounts, my checking account and her checking account, or if we would have one account that we shared. Well, I lost that fight as well. Those early years of the relationship were some of our best times, but also some of the most difficult because we were still figuring out what it meant to be husband and wife. We were still trying to figure out what it meant to go from being two people into being one person. So one of the adjustments that you make early on in your marriage is the transition from doing things my way to doing things our way. It's no longer my car or my checking account or my time. It's our car, our money, our schedule. Learning to think in we terms versus me terms takes an adjustment period. And this is the adjustment that Paul is making in the Corinthian church, moving them from division, which is me versus you, to unity, which is we. As you pray today, please remember Dennis Lopez and his family, our Changemaker missionaries in Honduras. And also remember the Rundi broadcast that's heard throughout Burundi.